and this is what they do. But going to pilgrim, are you convincing me that he believes in God? I think he believes in God, like 70, like 80 million Egyptians believe in God. So I don't get it why this is important, but it's the normal way of saying we are your good guys. Anyway, it's a bad media. That's it.
Well, let's go take a look at a report about this topic. President Mohamed Morsi held talks with Saudi leaders on Thursday and made a pilgrimage on his first official trip abroad, highlighting the kingdom's importance to Egypt's economic stability. The trip by the newly elected president comes despite tensions between the two Arab powerhouses over a rare diplomatic crisis that saw Riyadh recall its ambassador to Cairo in April. Morsi said he and King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz, in a meeting late on Wednesday, held fruitful talks focusing on regional stability. He said that their discussions were fruitful and constructive and in the interest of Egypt, of Saudi Arabia and of the people of the region. Morsi arrived in Saudi Arabia on Wednesday for his first foreign trip since taking office and also met with Crown Prince Salman bin Abdulaziz, who greeted him on arrival. Few details were given on the talks between Morsi and Abdullah, though the Egyptian president said regional stability was a key focus. Under Morsi's predecessor, the ousted Hosni Mubarak, Egypt and Saudi Arabia had close relations. In April, however, Riyadh recalled its ambassador in Cairo and closed its embassy for several days after protests demanding the release of a lawyer and rights activist detained in the kingdom. Commenting on the visit, Egyptian Foreign Minister Mohammed Kamel Amr, accompanying Morsi, told Egypt's state news agency MENA that any progress in relations between the two countries is in the interest of the whole region. Saudi Arabia hosts some 1.65 million Egyptian expatriates, workers, and could increase its investments in Egypt very soon. Economists estimate that the Saudi investments in Egypt amount to 7.2 billion Egyptian pounds, and Saudi Arabia is also Egypt's largest trading partner with bilateral trading relations at some 4.75 billion American dollars in 2011 and 4.1 billion American dollars in 2010. The next story that we're going to take a look at is also involving President Morsi. President Morsi will visit Ethiopia on Sunday to participate in the African Summit. President Mohamed Morsi said that he would head to Ethiopia on Sunday to take part in the two-day African Summit in Addis Ababa. He added that Egypt will go back to its African and Nile Basin strategic friends. So, sir, could you tell me, what do you think of this report? I mean, it's interesting how he went to Saudi Arabia first. It was his first trip, and then he moves on to Ethiopia. What do you think of this sort of idea?
Okay, definitely it could look in the Saudi Arabia ideological, but I don't think it's only or even slightly ideological. He went to Saudi Arabia with headlines that is not the truth. The headlines are not bad. Economy, so this is good. But the real reason why he went to Saudi Arabia was the real reason why he's in power. Why he's in power with the support of the Americans, because they want to start a coalition between Egypt and Saudi Arabia, a Sunni coalition against the Shiite Iran. This is the reason why he's in power in first place. He's not in power for the benefit of the Egyptians, he's in power for the benefits of the Americans. Now, the Nile Basin is very important, but I wonder his background, how he's doing with this, because our first item in the Egyptian security is Nile, is the water. The second is the Arab world. So he made it, and even it's against Iran. So he's starting by what's the least. Now this is very important, and he doesn't have the background that supports it. And he's there, I believe, for his legitimacy, not for this reason. He is not the president of Egypt until now. He's the president of the Muslim Brotherhood. He's in Tahrir Square. It's the Muslim Brotherhood, not the Egyptians. And the only part who is not Muslim Brotherhood is some of the what so-called revolutionary powers, because the revolution was not those guys. Those were part of the revolution. They do not represent the revolution because of a simple reason. This revolution was a revolution of the people, not the youth. And I insist, it's not the youth. The youth were the majority of the people in the revolution, like they were the people at homes were the majority were youth. The people who support Mubarak, the majority were youth. So it's not a matter of generation. It's not. And it wasn't an ideology behind this revolution. It's a people's revolution against tyranny, aiming a better future. So whoever calls himself, I am an entity of the revolution, is a big liar.
Yes.
So he doesn't have the right to talk. And now they are talking in the name of the revolution. In spite, they started not talking, saying we are not the representatives of the revolution. Now they claim they are, which is not true. Those people are mainly, those so-called revolutionary, are mainly against Shafiq, who is already defeated. So they are keeping in the same idea pushed by the Muslim Brotherhood. We are against the regime and the system. It's so stupid, as if you're destroying your country in the name of destroying a regime that is already finished. And this is what they are doing because he is the president of the Muslim Brotherhood, and this is his fatal mistake.
Well, in this instance, would you think that President Morsi would actually try to seek to resolve the Nile Basin issue? I mean, he is still trying to win approval with a majority, or maybe let's say 50% of the people that didn't actually vote for him, the 50% that didn't go to him. Do you think he might be able to work through the Nile Basin issue itself, or is he still going to be focusing on the idea of working for the Muslim Brotherhood's benefit, and that's it?
Have you ever seen the Muslim Brotherhood or the Islamist movement doing any good to their countries? If we look at Sudan, they had the same problem of the Nile. Did they add to the problem, or they will definitely add to the problem? I do not believe anybody who voted for Morsi and Shafiq in the first round would really hate himself in the near future, because they did real harm to this country. We accept the votes, the 13 million who voted for him. He is the president, but that we will see terrible time because he's not good. He will never be good to this country. Anyway, let us wait and see.
We'll move on to the next story. Also in the Al-Ahram newspaper, Israel deploys missile systems on Egypt and Jordan borders. The Israeli army are placed on Iron Dome air defense system battery by the Red Sea resort of Eilat near the border with Egypt. A military source said that the deployment was done last Monday. We're going to go take a look at a report about this topic. So first let's take a look at the report, and then we'll come back and discuss more about what was written here.
The Israeli army had placed an Iron Dome air defense system battery by the Red Sea resort of Eilat near the border with Egypt, according to a statement from the military on Thursday. Israeli officials said an Iron Dome active missile defense system battery was currently deployed near Eilat as part of its operational deployment program, which includes changing the locations of the batteries from time to time. The deployment comes amid tensions in that area, and Israeli authorities said that on June the 17th, 2 rockets fired from Egypt's Sinai Peninsula exploded in southern Israel. On April the 5th, a rocket fired from Sinai hit Eilat, causing no casualties. Unrest in and around the Gaza Strip also flared up last month after a deadly cross-border attack from Sinai, which left 1 Israeli civilian dead. An Israeli defense official speaking on condition of anonymity stressed that the deployment was not for operational ends, rather for preparation and acquaintance with the territory and calibration. The official added that the system has been in place since Monday and that it was the first time the Iron Dome system has been deployed near the southern resort.
So could you tell us how the Israeli deployment of missile systems in Egypt and Jordan is important, and how does the situation change with the election of a new president in the country?
It changes to the benefit of Israel, of course. Definitely the Muslim Brotherhood wouldn't. They made those missiles in the past for political reasons to achieve this winning, to win the elections. Now I don't think they will use that unless Israel agreed on it. I don't think we will see any more missiles launching from Egypt to Israel, not because of the system, because of the people who did that was the Muslim Brotherhood. So they are in power, so that this could harm them, not make them in a better place, unless if they need it, and it will be in accordance with Israel, not of course under the table. So I don't know why it's needed now.
Okay, so let's take a look at the next headline. An international conference will be held in Egypt in October to support investment. President Mohamed Morsi agreed on holding the international conference, which will be organized by General Union of Chambers of Commerce in Alexandria. Representatives of the Arab, Islamic, African, Turkish and other international chambers of commerce and organizations will participate in the conference.
Two things in this article or news took my eye on it. The word Islamic and the word Turkish.
Yes.
I can understand. First, business has no religion, no ideology, nothing. It has benefits. Mutual benefits makes good business. I mean, the United States, when they were the capitalism, and the Soviet Union, when they were the socialist or communist,